Hi everybody, I am here with my review of my 15th book for this year. It was Three Wishes by Liane Moriarty. I have had this book, I'm not even joking, probably for 4 or 5 years. It has been in my TBR and I have just not picked it up. I think I even got to one point where I maybe got 10 pages in, sat it down, and moved on to something else, and now I understand why I did that. I did not like this book. I'm sorry. I love Liane Moriarty. She has such a good ability to build characters and build storyline. I think the first book I ever read by her was What Alice Forgot. And I loved it. What Alice Forgot was about this woman who's in an exercise class. She falls off the bike, she hits her head, and she basically loses memory of the last, I want to say maybe 5 to 10 years. I can't remember. It's been years since I read it. And basically, she forgets things like her marriage falling apart and her kids being born. And so she comes to in this world where she has more than one kid. I think at where she falls back into her memory, she's pregnant with her first kid. But anyway, so she basically has to figure out, why did things go so wrong? I was so happy. So What Alice Forgot, great book. If you've never read it, for sure pick it up. I really enjoyed that book, and because I loved it so much, I had such high expectations or wishes for Three Wishes, no pun intended. I just could not stand this book. So basically the premise is the book opens up with people retelling a story about what they saw at dinner last night. And so they're talking to their coworkers or their significant other saying, oh my God, when I was at dinner last night, you'll never believe what happened. There were these three women, they looked like triplets, and they had this crazy fight, and the one throws a fork and it stabs the other one in the stomach, and she's pregnant, and then she passes out. So basically you just have multiple points of view kind of retelling this story, and then you go back in time to kind of learn, why were they fighting and who are the three women and all these different things. I just feel like nothing happened in this book, and multiple things did happen, don't get me wrong. There's fights and relationships and people breaking up and people getting pregnant and people getting through a divorce and things like that. There's a lot that happens, but just none of it seemed to interest me. I don't know what it was, but this book, I had to force myself to read it, and I hate when I have to do that. 9 times out of 10, I will finish a book. I think there's maybe only one book that I have not finished reading and just said I couldn't do it. So I definitely finished it, completed it, and the end did kind of wrap up in a nice, kind of creative way, but I just didn't like it. I think I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. There are other Liane Moriarty books that you can pick up that are a heck of a lot better, one of them being Big Little Lies. Great book. Everybody knows it. Turned into a series. Was very successful. So I just probably wouldn't recommend Three Wishes. Sorry, that makes me really sad. Next on deck, we have another tried and true author that has never failed me yet. And that is Kristen Hannah, and this is The Women. So basically this is a book about female characters and women who served in Vietnam. Kristen Hannah does so much historical fiction. I think multiple stories take place in World War II. I know Nightingale was World War II, and then you had The Winter Garden, which I think was also World War II. Anyway, love Kristen Hannah. She's never steered me wrong, but I probably would have said the same about Liane Moriarty before I read that book. This is the actual cover. I'm sorry, I took the jacket off, but stunning art. I love the gold and the red together. It's striking. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Multiple people have read it. It's a new release. It hasn't been out that long. So if you are a fan of Kristen Hannah, hopefully you'll also be a fan of this, because so far I like it. I think I'm about 20 pages in, and it's kind of hitting all the same dopamine receptors that her previous books have. I'm sure it's going to make me cry, and I'm sure it's going to rip my heart out, and I'm sure it's going to be traumatizing, because that's what her books usually are, but I'm also probably going to love it. Okay, so let me know if you have read Three Wishes. What were your thoughts on it? Am I missing something? Was it actually a really good book, and I don't know, missed the mark on this one? Or if you've read other Liane Moriarty books and you kind of feel the same way, where maybe this is just her ugly duckling that just is not as good as the rest. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or if you've read any of the other Kristen Hannah books, Nightingale, Winter Garden. Let me know. She has a billion books out there, and all of them are really, really good, so I'm excited for this one. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Wish me luck on my next read, because this past one, left me sad, or in a bad way. Not sad in like a sad story, but sad in a I don't know if I like reading kind of way. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week.